bad
This looks like
movies.
shit.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to lead it too much, but I knew you were gonna.
Yeah.
You were gonna.
They don't look like stuffed animals.
They know. Yeah, there's people wearing masks.
Yeah, it's like that would have been the fun part.
Hey everyone, Double Toasted Live in Las Vegas is coming up very soon, October 8th. Join us for a night of comedy, music, games, and a big after party. This is going to be our first time doing a show in Las Vegas, so it's going to be a very special night for us, and we want to share it with you. And if you've never been to a Double Toasted show, ask anybody. It's tons of fun. It's just like one big party that we're sharing with friends. And like I said, we want you to be there. So go get your tickets now by going to x1entertainment.com.
We want to cover our first new story today, and it's one that I was like anticipating. Because, I've already seen this trip. I want to see Patrick's reaction. I want to see Andrew's reaction to this. But, first, before we do that, I want to go ahead and take a moment to appreciate one of animation's favorite gluttons, Winnie the Pooh. I don't know about you guys, but I grew up in a lot of these like original movies. Like I think like a collection because they were like animated shorts really.
Yeah.
But like they were on the VHS, and I had the classic one where he got his he stuffed himself, and he got his fat ass stuck in the hole.
Yep.
And that one, and then some of the various other spin-offs. But what was your introduction to Winnie the Pooh?
Same thing.
Yeah.
Like when Winnie the Pooh was doing My 600-Pound Life before TLC was. He was too fat to leave a house.
It's true.
But yeah, the Heffalumps and Woozles and Winnie the Pooh and Tigger too.
Yeah.
So like all that stuff. And I remember watching the cartoon show. I think it was on the Disney Channel.
I watched that too.
Yeah, I remember watching that as a kid. And I think Winnie the Pooh, it's like I put it in that category of like Peanuts and Calvin and Hobbes, where it is timeless. Like even as an adult, Winnie the Pooh makes me laugh, dude.
Yeah,
that shit is funny.
Well,
the last Winnie the Pooh movie they did was the last traditionally animated movie Disney did.
The 2011 one. Yeah. That one was really good.
And that movie's hilarious. And it bombed because they opened it up against Harry Potter.
Oh, shit.
The last Harry Potter,
fuck.
too.
Horrible mistake.
Yeah. So someone got fired for that.
Yeah, definitely.
But yes, I do like Winnie the Pooh. It's like he's Sesame Street and Calvin and Hobbes. He's timeless.
No, he's very wholesome. You know, and he teaches kids not to fucking stuff yourself. Because gluttony is a sin, chat. So don't do that. Andrew, what about yourself? Do you have any exposure to Winnie the Pooh? Did you grow up watching him?
You did expose me.
He never wears pants.
Never wears pants. And
That's true.
Again, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna fuck with that. But I saw it as a kid, all the way up to the adult experience of going to Eeyore's birthday here in Austin.
What? Eeyore's birthday?
So, everyone celebrates Eeyore's birthday.
Okay.
Which is just a giant excuse to do drugs in the park.
Oh.
And turkey legs.
Okay.
Which are delicious. So yeah, that's my extent of
all right
exposure.
I didn't know about this Eeyore's birthday thing.
What is that?
It happened like a few months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's an annual thing.
Coleman went with us.
Wow. Okay. So is it like you take edibles or something, or
take whatever you
wish
to have a good time?
Yeah. Eeyore's there selling drugs.
Yep. Yeah. At this point,
don't help.
Oh my! Wow. Okay. Well, after that, because I want to experience that. I don't even want to experience this fucking movie. And sure, nothing's gonna beat that. But I do want to let you guys know that there is Winnie the Pooh recently went public domain. Certain aspects of the character went public domain because now it's over 100 years old. Disney still owns the classic Winnie the Pooh that we're all used to seeing. The red shirt and that design. Very fluffy and everything. But other people have said, hey, fucking, if other things are now available, we're gonna make our own movie, and that brings us to Winnie the Pooh: Blood and Honey, which is a horror film which is coming out. I think sometime this year. They don't have an official release date, but they did release the first trailer. Have you heard anything about this movie?
I've heard about this. Okay. I've not seen the trailer yet, but yeah, I did hear about it, and it was like they already had this thing made and just under wraps.
I think so.
And as soon as that public domain thing came to be, they were just put it out there now.
Yeah, we just started filming. I feel like, is that illegal to do? I don't know.
I mean, as long as it's not done for profit and you're like just keeping it to yourself, I think so.
Okay.
Like if they posted stuff on YouTube and they make it available to the public, then I think it is a problem.
Okay, so they find like a loophole or something.
They could just be like, these are home movies that we're making.
Right. It's a fan film. That's what it is. Yeah. Andrew, do you have any knowledge about this film, or do you know about it beforehand?
I watched the trailer.
Okay, so you've already seen it. Nice.
And then we're speaking of like bad movies. You're saying you're going to give it a chance. One of the telltale signs of a bad movie is the amount of production companies they put up at the beginning.
Yeah.
And they usually put them up in the beginning of the movie. They
Sure.
also put them up at the beginning of this trailer.
Ooh.
Yes, they do.
So I was like, okay.
Uh-huh.
We'll
Bad
see.
sign.
Yeah,
All right.
that's-
Okay. All right. Well,
One
we'll
sign,
see. We'll
one
see.
sign.
Okay. No, that's all right. That's fine. I'm curious about this. It's one of these kind of films where it can go either way.
Yeah.
We just had a conversation about bad movies that they are enjoyable, they are funny because they're earnest, and I'm hoping this one will fall into that vein. But
Yes.
we'll see. But let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer and we'll have our conversation, and we'll hear from you guys too. Just Eeyore's goddamn grave right there. Probably fucking offed himself.
He did too many edibles.
Nope, yep, yeah.
At least he's not just like hanging.
Yeah, no, it's true. They could have done it that way.
Yeah.
No more Eeyore's birthdays either. Yeah, sadly. It is the Green Goblin screen. Holy shit, you're right. There it is. There's the Blood and Honey.
Yeah.
Coming soon. No official release date yet, but sometime in 2022. Holy fucking shit, you're right. That is the canned effect that they use when Norman Osborn surprises Peter.
It's always in my mind.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see this again. I'm like, no, it's gonna be fun. It could be fun. This looks like one of those kind of like asylum bed
This looks like
movies.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to lead it too much, but I knew you were gonna.
Yeah.
you were gonna.
They don't look like stuffed animals.
There you go. Yeah, there's people wearing masks.
Yeah, it's like that would have been the fun part if they did this if they treated this like child's play.
That would be really
but it's
cool. Yeah.
it's like a bunch of little killer dolls.
Yeah,
It's like
South Park Christmas critters.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a
something
good
like
comparison.
that.
Yeah.
But no, it's just like they're Michael Myers wearing Winnie the Pooh masks.
That's the thing. So it's like, because the whole premise of this is that Christopher Robin grew up with, they could only use some of the creatures. They couldn't use like Tigger or Rabbit or like, Roo and Kenga and stuff.
Yeah.
So they could only use specifically Eeyore, who they killed off.
yeah, he's dead already.
He's dead already. Well, that makes sense. But then, they can use Pooh and Piglet. And I like the concept of basically Christopher Robin going, I'm done with you.
Yeah,
like
right.
he's like
I
a
grew
bored
up.
teenager.
Yeah.
He went off to college. He met this girl and he wants to bring her back home. I don't know why he'd go back to expect to be like, you're going back home expecting to find dead bodies. Then.
Yeah.
That's what he assumed was going to happen. And I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. But you're absolutely right, Patrick. Had they done it like they had like the characters like puppeteer or something like that, like a child's play, that would have been so much fucking better.
Yeah, and it would have been truer to Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
And, like, this doesn't look like Winnie the Pooh.
No.
And that's why, that's I think how you hooked people. It's like, oh, Winnie the Pooh is a serial killer.
Exactly, yeah.
And you see it, like, that's not Winnie the Pooh. It's just a dude wearing a stupid mask.
Yeah, it's just a Halloween ripoff, Friday
Yeah.
13th ripoff. So
Yeah, garbage.
Unless the big reveal is like these like they've been this way the entire time.
Oh, I thought it was just going to be dudes that killed all the 100 Acre Wood animals already.
okay.
If they, like, find Winnie the Pooh out in the woods and he's been ripped open
Yeah.
and fluffs all over the place.
If it's got a good ending.
Yeah, if there's a nice
can
twist
save
like
it.
that,
Sure.
then maybe I'll be like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm still getting denied killer dolls, which is a shame for a movie called Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Which is what we all want. Of
yeah,
course. Yeah.
that's what the title says. Winnie the Pooh is a doll.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not a man.
Yeah. Which in this he clearly is a man. Which is also kind of creepy though. Like, was fucking this little boy like hanging out with these guys that are like dressing up, as wild animals. Like that is also kind of disturbing too. They could play it like that.
That's true.
But I doubt they will do that. I don't know, Chad. At first, I was kind of excited for it, but like, seeing it a second time, I don't know. I think we've come up with a better film.
Yes.
All between the three of us.
I think
so.
they spent all their money on that opening or that title with the honey dripping.
It's not bad. It's not
I was like,
bad.
that looks
No,
alright.
Solly spent some money on that. Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously this is very cheap. I don't think this is going to get a theatrical release. This is going straight to VOD. Walmart bins and maybe Amazon Prime or something like that.
Didn't it say that he left them?
Yeah.
Yes.
They were starving.
Yes.
And they had to eat like Eeyore.
Had to eat Eeyore.
Yeah, and it's like, is that why they're so jacked?
on that meat, man, protein.
Because you left, they're looking like Abby from The Last of Us too. Fucking swinging mallets.
Eeyore's high in protein.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is. Yeah. What is he? That donkey meat? Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
There's a lot there.
It could be good. It's just like for horror movies, for me, I really love, like I like stylistic tone. creative kills.
Yeah.
And then it has to have a killer design.
Sure.
To the killer.
Yeah.
What is? I think this might be a good conversation. What is kind of our like our favorite horror films? Like some of mine have always. I'm a big fan of like sci-fi horror, and so stuff like Alien and John Carpenter's The Thing or David Cronenberg's The Fly. But also like some slasher stuff. Like I really enjoyed Clive Barker's Hellraiser films, the first two at the very least. We talked about our love for Candyman last week, the original one. But we'll go around the room. But Andrew, what are your favorite horror films?
I like all kinds, just like creatures and stuff.
I love creature features.
Like I said, interesting set design, and costumes. So like Alien, Halloween, even Candyman. As long as it's got some sort of like iconic thing to them, it makes it fun, and it makes it even, I guess, less scary to me, because it's like, oh, this is a cool tone.
Yeah.
What kind of grounds it in reality? Like, to your point with set design, what I love about Alien or even something like The Thing, it's just like we can't leave. We're fucked.
Yeah.
Like you're like with the prep, like the whole setting of Alien, you're on this kind of like this blue collar trucking ship.
Yeah.
And it feels lived in. It feels like it's about to fall apart any second. And this thing is on board. It's like the ship's like a Leviathan size, so like a labyrinth, and it could be around every corner.
Yeah.
And it blends in with the machine. It's like, oh, it's so cool. Yeah. The Thing, you're in this research facility, and you can't go out there for more than an hour. You'll freeze to death.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I love stuff like that, because you have to deal with the primary threat, but also the elements. But what about you, Patrick? Your favorite horror?
I mean, we named a lot of them. Like Alien is one of them. The original Candyman, Halloween.
Sure.
I'll throw one out there. I mean, it's more of a horror comedy, but just to throw another one in the mix, Tremors.
I love Tremors. Yeah. Tremors is great.
Tremors is awesome.
Yeah,
and
great
Tremors,
design,
and the creature's really cool in Tremors. And it has a similar like. It takes a lot from Alien in that I like how grounded the creatures feel. Like the alien himself does not, or itself. I don't want to assume the alien's gender. It feels very biological and logical. In fact, they can't just kill this thing because it bleeds acid, and it will bleed through the hull, and we will all die if we. So like we got to get it out. We got to shoot out the airlock.
Yeah.
Same thing with the creatures in Tremors. It's just the way they hunt. But they don't feel like superpowered or anything like that.
No.
It's just like we are in the worst possible place to be with this terrible animal.
It's the desert and exposed to just like, I mean, that is its domain.
Yes, exactly. I think it was going to be called like Sandjaws at one point. Or
Sandjaws. Kind of what it is, yeah.